Last week I talked about the SoundToys Echoboy. SoundToys Echoboy. SoundToys Echoboy. I said SoundToys Echoboy. But I thought about it. I was like, why not review the entire SoundToys bundle? So that's what we're gonna do today. SoundToys, the entire FX bundle. Is it a deal or is it a ditch? I'm Mixed by 8i from mixedby8i.vision. That is a real website. And today we're going to see if the SoundToys FX bundle is a deal or a ditch. Let's check it out. So welcome back to Deal or Ditch. Instead of demoing each plugin separately, I figured we can view these plugins based on the entire mix. I feel like we'll get in depth just how powerful these plugins could be if we throw it on different aspects of the mix. And so we're going to try to use every single effect for different parts of the song, different tracks, and we just kind of want to go into it like that. So I have this flange pattern here that you'll barely hear if you hear it in context of the song, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to solo it so you can hear how it sounds without any processing and my idea on it when I did it in production. So here we go. It sounds good, but let's see if we can get a little bit more out of that production wise. Let's try to go for the SoundToys Crystallizer. That sounds amazing. I like this the way it is right out of the gate. So all we have to do is just hear this in context of the mix. So let's hear it. He ain't got nothing on me. He don't need. He ain't got nothing on me. He don't need call you every day. When we add it in, it just kind of feels it out a little bit and gives this production just a little bit more complexity. So let's check it out. That's without it. And this is with it. So that just sounds amazing. We're gonna use the decapitator now. It's a saturator, and to be honest, I have this plugin. This was one of the first SoundToys plugins that I ever bought. I got it on sale when it was on sale for $50. If you only buy one SoundToys plugin, other than the Echoboy, this would be the plugin to go. This just adds some really nice character, some really nice saturation to whatever you apply it to. With this, we'll start with the A and increase the drive on this. We do have quite a bit of drive on this 808 if we hear it, but we're just going to play with this decapitator, see what we can find. Let's check it out. You can just hear how crazy that sounds right now. So that's the Ampex setting. I'm just gonna cycle through all 5 settings to see what I like. You know my motto when we're trying new plugins, we really want to see how this plugin works. We want to see what makes it tick. So in order to do that, we drive everything, we crank everything to the max to see what makes this plugin tick. If I was to go for a little bit more subtler tone, I would definitely go for the triode. The pentode also did not sound as great to me, but the Ampex and the triode setting sounds amazing. Let's start to look at the Devil Lock. So you do have the option of the Devil Lock and the Devil Lock Deluxe. So the Devil Lock is pretty much, it's called an audio level destroyer, but to me it kind of has more of a compression slash saturation going into distortion vibe. So if I had to choose what this would be, especially for vocals, I would choose this to be my compressor. Other than the decapitator, what I immediately did to this 808 was, as opposed to adding a pull tech, I added this Devil Lock, and it just kind of gave me this character that I would never heard before. So that's by itself with the EQ. And then we're adding this. So that's what it's doing on a large scale. So I have this crush set that's just kind of giving it a little bit of that compression sounds. When I crank this up, you can really hear how it's really squishing it, and because it's squishing it, it's bringing out a lot of those lower tones, so we're getting more of an even sounding 808. Another way I used the Devil Lock was on the piano part. We're gonna solo the piano part. I felt like the piano was a little bit thin. In this case, I wanted something quick, fast, and in a hurry, and the Devil Lock just seemed to do that for me. And this is the Devil Lock Deluxe. So this is before, and this is after. So I don't want you to see it as a volume difference. I want you to see it as, listen to how that bottom end of that piano just became a little bit more prominent. Next up, we have some chords. And this is kind of just like a stylistic thing. This is not something I'm married to, but let's hear these chords. And then we'll use the next plugin. So that sounds really good, but let's go into this Filter Freak and see what we can get out of it. it's just nice that you have this automatic filtering, something that you can do with automation. It's literally in one plugin. It's very simple. It's very simple. I chose the rhythm and do a bar, so it's kind of wow, wow, wow. You know, so it just kind of creates this sense of movement where it's not just in your face all the time. It's kind of giving you a little bit of an element of movement to add more complexity to the sound. These are very amazing plugins. For the next few plugins, we're going to move towards the lead vocals. I kind of want to show you my chain that I use to mix these vocals. So we have the UAD Neve 1073 preamp, and I just have some basic settings there. We have the LA two-way, just kind of mimicking our chain going into the DAW, if we were going into the DAW. And then from there, we have a compressor, the RVox, some Pultec EQ to add top end. Then we have 2 de-essers on here. What I'll do is I'll take all of this off except for the mic mod and the 1073 because that's our sound coming in. We're going to move to a plugin that allows us to use all of these plugins at once if we wanted to, and that's going to be the effect rack. I like this because it's not, you don't have to just use this for a chain, for a vocal chain. You can definitely start using all of these plugins in tandem with each other, and it just expands upon the creativity that you can do with SoundToys. So we'll start with the radiator, which just mimics a preamp. I'll do anything to please you, babe. Girl, the way you fit it in them jeans is so sexy. And when I see you coming, I just tell the homie nigga that she go, me and hers go. I knew I was a hoe, but that was long ago. Girl, I need you. I can't see life. I'll do anything to please you, babe. Girl, the way you fit it in them jeans is so sexy. And when I see you coming, I just... We're increasing how much signal we're driving into this preamp. So it doesn't give me a volume change. It literally sounds like it's giving me a increase in saturation change. And so, like I said, naturally with saturation, you're increasing the volume. And so we'll brought that down a little bit with the settings. I changed this to mic to really emulate a preamp as if we were recording into this. And then I just kind of blended it in, which I think is a wonderful feature on this radiator plugin. You can blend in, you know, your original and preamp sound, so you can get the sound that you want and just kind of back up off of it a little bit. So that's an amazing feature. We're going to move on to their EQ and their product line, which is the Psy-Q. This EQ, I've had a chance to play with it a little bit. It just sounds magnificent. You'll see what I mean here in a second. I'll do anything to please you, babe. Girl, the way you fit it in them jeans is so sexy. And when I see you coming, I just tell the homie nigga that she go, me and hers go. I knew I was a hoe, but that was long ago. Okay, so let's focus on those mids. I'll do anything to please you, babe. Girl, the way you fit it in them jeans is so sexy. Yeah, really got to take that out. I'll do anything to please you, babe. Girl, the way you fit it in them jeans is so sexy. And when I see you coming, I just tell the homie nigga that she go, me and hers go. I knew I was a hoe, but that was long ago. Beautiful sound now. I may need to increase this by 3 decibels. I'll do anything to please you, babe. Girl, the way you fit it in them jeans is so sexy. And when the compressor that you would want to use would be the Devil Lock. And so we'll bring that in and we'll just have everything at 0, and we'll set this to slow on the release. Bring the mix knob in, and we'll just play with these settings to kind of get a compression until we kind of get some compression. I'll do anything to please you, babe. Girl, the way you fit it in them jeans is so sexy. And when I see you coming, I just tell the homie nigga that she go, me and hers go. I knew I was a hoe, but that was long ago. Girl, I need you. I can't see life with... I'll do anything to please you, babe. Girl, the way you fit it in them jeans is so sexy. And when I see you coming, I just tell the homie nigga that she go, me and hers go. I knew I was a hoe, but that was long ago. So now you see why I say that Crush gives off more of a compression sound. I'll do anything to please you, babe.
Girl, the way you fit it in them jeans is so sexy. And when I see you coming, I just tell the homie nigga that she go. Me and hers goes. I know I was a hoe, but that was long ago. Girl, I need you. I can't see life without. I'll do anything to please you, babe. Girl, the way you fit it in them jeans is so sexy. And when I see you coming, I just tell the homie nigga that she go. Me and hers goes. I know I was a hoe, but that was long ago. Girl, I need you. I can't see life without. I'll do anything.
Beautiful. We're going to try to see if we can add some of that decapitator sound. We're already getting quite a bit of saturation, so we probably want to go a little bit light-handed with this, but let's check it out. Let's see what we can get out of this.
I'll do anything to please you, babe. Girl, the way you fit it in them jeans is so sexy. And when I see you coming, I just tell the homie nigga that she go. Me and hers goes. I know I was a hoe, but that was long ago. Girl, I need you.
Moving on, we're going to move on to the primal tap, which is basically a multi-tap delay. What I would try to use this for is the slapback delay effect. We're just going to try to find a slap delay. Let's see what we can find. Let's see what the slap shimmer sounds like.
I'll do anything to please you, babe. Girl, the way you fit it in them jeans is so sexy. And when I say
beautiful. So we'll use this mix knob over here and we'll just bring this down.
I'll do anything to please you, babe. Girl, the way you fit it in them jeans is so sexy. And when I
if you checked out my last video where we tried the Echoboy, this is just a smaller version.
I'll do anything to please you, babe. Girl, the way you fit it in them jeans is so sexy. And when I see you coming, I just tell the homie.
So we'll turn this off. We'll turn the primal tap off and let's hear this by itself.
I'll do anything to please you, babe. Girl, the way you fit it in them jeans is so sexy. And when I see you coming, I just tell the homie nigga that she go. Me and hers goes. I know I was a hoe, but that was a hoe.
So in this case, you know, I would use this to kind of like add just a little bit more space to the vocal. What I like to do with vocals, especially the lead vocal, to get it out of the center, I just add another send effect and I add some type of stereo widening plugin. It sends that vocal to the sides so you get more of a wider lead vocal and you can blend that to taste. In this example, we're going to use the SoundToys micro shift.
I'll do anything to please you, babe. Girl, the way you fit it in them jeans is so sexy. And when I see you coming, I just tell the homie nigga that she go. Me and her.
So if you have on headphones or if you have your studio monitors, you would really hear how that really makes my vocal more upfront and, you know, in the makes it married to sort of the production. Last thing I want to try to do with this vocal is add some reverb. So we're going to add a new track. We're going to create a verb track. We're going to add the SoundToys little plate. So let's check this out. We're going to crank this up and then we're going to crank it all the way down. So infinity setting, let's see what that is.
I'll do anything to please you, babe. Girl, the way you fit it in them jeans is so sexy. And when I see you,
that plate is so sexy. Just listening to it right off the rip, that plate is so sexy.
I'll do anything to please you, babe. Girl, the way you fit it in them jeans is so sexy. And when I see you coming, I just tell the homie nigga that she go. Me and hers go. I know I was a hoe, but that was long ago.
To me, that hi-hat sounds a little bit boring. Just kind of sitting there, just hitting and just building up frequencies. So what I want to do is I want to create just a little bit more movement. Let's start with the pan man. So that's a little bit too much movement for me. So I would bring that down a little bit. But what you do have is a couple of different ways that it can move, which is the reason why it's called a rhythmic automatic panner. Let's just hear it in context of the beat. Very unique, very unique. So you don't have to stick to the going straight left to right. You can go left, left, right, right, left, right, right, left. You know, it's very cool. So you can really create some really interesting things with this. And then you have the step, which I think is amazing. And just to kind of add just a little bit more of that movement, let's try to add some phase mistress. So I don't really know this plugin much, but I'm just gonna play around with some settings. Okay, so when you're blending that into taste, it sounds really amazing. Last but not least, we're gonna try out the tremolator. I have this choir effect in here, and if I bypass this, I'll let you hear how it sounds. I'm not really familiar with it, but I felt it would sound best if I added this to the choir section. So let's see how this sounds. Already sounds crazy. We'll blend it in. Let's check out the SoundToys Little Altar Boy. And this is just a format pitch shifting plugin. And I'm just going to play around with these settings, and we're going to hear just how powerful the Little Altar Boy is. I've had some wonderful time playing with this plugin, and it is amazing. I have since went with the Waves Vocal Bender, but it's nice to come back and try this out just for old sakes. Let's check it out.
Understand your pain. If I told you hummingbirds don't sing, you believe all the lies that you spoke.
That's crazy. So what I would normally use this for is like that Giveon effect. If you ever listen to Giveon's music, you know, I think that he sounds amazing as a tenor himself. I'm assuming he does that little extra effect, which is this pitch shifting. And he mainly changes the format if it is what it sounds like. So I'm going to try that. Something like that. I'm going to turn this up. Beautiful. So I'm thinking maybe add that to the hook. All right, let's check it out.
Hard to understand, goddamn.
Oh man, that's fire. Oh man, that's crazy. So, you know, just the possibilities are just endless with this thing, man. Like the entire SoundToys suite is just magnificent. Would I recommend buying this right off the rip? If you have $500-600, I think it's $500 when it's off sale. If you have $500, this will in fact be the best, in my opinion, the best $500 that you ever spend. But if you could hold out just for a little bit, I would say buy this plugin suite when it's on sale for $300. This plugin suite is amazing. That's going to wrap up all of those plugins. I hope that watching these in depth inspires your creativity when it comes to these plugins, but we're going to head over to the other side of the screen and give these plugins They're Emmy. All right, we're gonna rate this plugin on the Emmy scale, which we're going to determine, is it intuitive, is it innovative, does it motivate you, and does it inspire you? Each category gets a scale of 1 to 5 for a total of up to 20 points. Is this bundle intuitive? When I played with this plugin, just like the SoundToys Echoboy, there was nothing that was complex about these plugins. You literally just drop them in, play around with them, and within 10 to 15 minutes, you know exactly how everything works. So, on a scale of 1 to 5, are these plugins intuitive? Yes, they are. 5. Is it innovative? In my opinion, there are alternative plugins that you could use to do the same things that the SoundToys bundle can do. SoundToys focuses more on the analog side. I do believe that they are innovative in what they do, but like I said, they just have that analog style, and there are plugins out there where you don't have to stick to that analog style. You can get more of a modern and more creative feel. So overall, I would give this bundle an innovative scale of 3. What I will commend SoundToys is that they are highly motivating plugins. Literally, you can use every single plugin. Every single plugin is going to feel like it's worth the money. So, is it motivating? Yes, definitely a 5. And lastly, do they inspire you to create? Wow, yes. I cannot stress that. There's so many ways you can manipulate audio, and just the effect rack alone allows you to put things together in ways that are very complex and unique to you. So I would definitely give that category a 5. Overall, for the bundle, you get a total on the Emmy scale of 18. What's the final verdict? If you have the budget and if you're looking for ways to be more creative with your instruments, your vocals, and just your overall music production, and when you're mixing, I would definitely say that the SoundToys entire creative bundle is completely worth it. All of these plugins allow you to be creative, and most notably, I believe that the Filter Freak and the Phase Mistress is highly slept on. They really unlock some new ideas for my production. On a regular day, the entire bundle is $500. Like I said, if you have $500 to spend, I would say go with these plugins. But I would say wait for SoundToys to go on sale, because you can get the entire plugin bundle, including the effects rack, when it's about $200 to $300 off. So the final verdict, in conclusion, the SoundToys FX bundle, is it a deal or is it a ditch? And I would say it's a deal. If you have a chance to go grab this, go check it out. Do try the demo, see how it works for your music production. But as for me and my music, it's a deal. And that's been another episode of Deal or Ditch. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below if you have plugins, tools, or tricks that you want me to try out, and I'll let you know if it's a deal or if it's a ditch. I've been Mixed by 8i. You've been wonderful. Thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.